when I heat this up, I don't want the color that I have right here, that raw color. If it was in my measuring cup and I stir against it, it's just going to always be there. If I kind of mix it a little bit in this container, then that raw color is in here, and the color that I'm going to heat up should be blended close to black. It's going to have a little bit of a purple hue, like I mentioned. You're against other colors, unless you use the pure black, black, black. But even though this isn't totally mixed, can everybody see it turn really dark now? All right. Again, you guys can do this. Run home and hit the grocery store on your way, and you can whip off a few of these for dessert tonight. Or breakfast, you know, whatever meal the kids hit you up for. All right. Microwavable container. I like using a measuring cup because it's about the right size for the diameter I want. I know the depth is deep enough. You could use a Pyrex bowl. You could use a lot of other things. All right. Frosting. Frosting is made with oil and sugar. Oil and sugar. That's about it. There's a few other things in there, but that's what it is. It's oil and sugar. If you put energy to the oil part of the sugar, it's going to soften it up. If you go too far, you're going to make soup. If you go just a little bit, let's see here.
She's just so cute.
What?
You're his friend.
Well, I
I know like 15 seconds to start.
am.
Perfect. What's going on over there?
Nothing.
Are you telling all my secrets? Oh, my goodness. Yes, Jacob.
Why is the cup turning?
Because it's powered up, we're getting a little energy in there. 15 seconds to start with. All right. Can anybody see already in 15 seconds? Remember before? This is what it was? I know it was the other color, but anybody dare tip this over right now? Can you see how runny that is? Oh, it's close. All right. When I stir this, it's now become a lot softer. See how it's more creamy?
And edible.
And edible. Yeah, it remains edible the whole time in this project. All right, let me get down the bottom here where some of the black is. Bring it up into the brown. You can taste anything you'd like after.
But not right now, Jacob.
Why does that say? Why does your shirt say?
All right, another 10 seconds.
Oh.
Now watch, it's going to change really quick when this happens. Can I have my assistant?
He's a fast cake maker.
Oh, just for the timing. All right, I can manage that. I didn't rehearse that part. I rehearsed this part either.
yeah.
I made these a couple times, so.
He didn't know, right?
You didn't know there was a comedy act too, right? All right. Remember how last time I could tip the container? I'll tell you this time I won't tip the container very far because now look at how thin it is. All right. Okay, we're going to go a little thinner even. So we just stir it up. What you want to do is, if you heat sugar like this a lot real quick, you're going to get hot spots in it, and it's going to either go really soft and liquefy, or it's actually going to go, if you have, depending upon which frosting you're using, you can actually make hard chunks in it because what you've done is you've scarred or charred or overcooked the sugar, and it'll become like just a big lump in there. We want this to be as smooth as we can make it. We're trying to make it almost like, anybody ever dip chocolates? You have liquid chocolate and you dip it? Well, that's what we're turning this into. This is going to be our dip. Overall, we're going for about 35 to 40 seconds on the total heat time. That's all the energy you need, and it's going to go from stiff frosting to a liquid. All right, we're almost there. All right, the other thing that happens, and I'll show you guys the next time when I take this out. As I'm heating it, you can see that the color, the hue of it, the chocolate to begin with, it was kind of like a dull. See how it's getting shiny? What's happening now is the oils that are in the frosting are actually starting to separate a little bit from the sugar, and that's okay for what we're doing here. Unlike chocolate, when you warm chocolate up and you dip in chocolate, when you take it out, it re-solidifies, and it actually has a smooth, kind of hardened finish on it. Frosting, because it doesn't have all the characteristics of pure chocolate, it actually will remain with a slightly tacky texture to it. This is not going to be like your hard chocolate shell. It will stiffen up and you'll be able to touch it with your fingers, but it will be slightly tacky to the touch. And that's because the oil has separated from the sugar a little bit and it won't ever get reabsorbed back in. All right, we're going to go about try 6 seconds here. I don't want